And it gives me great pleasure to welcome a friend of mine and a former Q92 employee to the studio, Sean Barrette. Morning, Sean.
Hey, man. How you doing?
It's good to have you in the studio.
It's good to be back.
Probably been a long time since you've been behind that microphone.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah. You know, you and I have known each other for almost 15 years now.
Yeah.
And it's funny, this time of the year you're getting together with friends and stuff. And a friend had pointed out to me the other day, he says, when you get to this point in our life, you are looking at somebody and you're going, wow, they've aged well. And...
where's this going, Terry? Because it better be you've aged well, too.
Yes, you've aged quite well,
Because I was going to say,
no, you've aged
you
quite
haven't.
well. No, you've aged well. A lot better than some of my other friends.
Thank you. Well, 15 years is half my life, so...
Yeah, well... You've done well.
I mean, my math might be a little off there, but
a little off.
A little.
I've known you for these 15 years, and in those 15 years, I know that you love music. Music to you is really like a major part of your life, isn't it? It's
a thread that's pretty much gone right through my whole life. I mean, I've got pictures of me with those great big cans that you used to wear on your head, with the volume controls, lying, in front of the stereo in my diaper. So I mean, it goes back to there, and throughout my life, I've followed a path that sort of has involved music. I mean, I was 17 when I got into radio, and so I spent 14 years doing that, and then even after radio left me. I continued to I played in bands, I made music with people, so it's always been there. It's always been something that's been a constant.
But the one thing you really wanted to do was create your own CD. And that dream finally became a reality this year.
Yeah, it did. You know what? It was always something, I guess, in the back of my mind. I mean, I think, a lot of radio guys are closet rock stars, right?
Yeah.
And it's as close as you're gonna get. There's a lot of air guitar and singing that goes on in studios for people out there who don't know that.
Yep.
I came to playing guitar late, though. I mean, it was only after a friend of mine had passed away, and I inherited his guitar. His brother gave it to me. So, and then went through a period following that where there were some pretty rough times that took place in my life, and I came out the other side, and I decided that I needed to learn to play this guitar. And so, with my friend Reggie Wainman's brother Doug, I learned. He taught me how to play guitar. So there was a bit of a circle of life thing that happened there. And then after learning about 150 other people's songs, I started writing my own, and then it was like, well, what am I going to do with these? What do I do with this stuff? I mean, I'm being given these gifts, right? So finally, my 40th birthday came, and which blows that whole half my life, 15 years right out of the water.
You pretty much should have not said anything right there. You should have just kept your mouth shut.
So my 40th birthday came, and I asked all the people around me who loved me, who were going to buy me gifts, to please give me gift certificates for studio time, because, I didn't want to spend the money on something else. I thought, you know what, we'll do it this way. And I went down to Cosmic Dave's last March with a bunch of unbelievably awesome musicians who are great guys and friends from way back. And we recorded this disc, and it came out sort of like softly. I mean, I got it back in early July, just in time for the family reunion, because that was going to be like, right to number one on the charts for sales.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, since then, it's just been this sort of steady build of getting around and getting it out there, and people picking it up here and there and playing the odd gig, and I'm really happy to be here too, because this is it's another step for me. It's like a homecoming. It's very cool.
Well, it's very cool to have you here, and your CD is incredible. I mean, Mel and I have both listened to it, and we've talked about the songs on it together, and what's your favorite and all that. And you know what? It truly is you, and because we know you. We can hear you and your life in the music, and you know what? You don't get to hear that from a lot of artists, and I think that's pretty special. So you should be very proud of that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's it's a singer-songwriter record. If people are wondering what it sounds like, and because that's usually the first question you get is, well, what does it sound like? And it's like, well, I mean, you want to say, well, it sounds like me, but realistically, if anybody likes, say, Steve Earle. Blue Rodeo, the band, Neil Young, that kind of thing.
It's all in there.
I think
even some Bob Dylan too.
Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they'll dig the disc, because those are kind of the touchstones for me. Those were the artists that I grew up listening to, and then I think I've tried to inject some stories about my life, and and everything. And then there's some that just kind of come out of nowhere. There's no real rhyme or reason to the songwriting process for me, but when the songs come, I let them in. If I get a good melody or a good turn of phrase or lyric, I just go with it. So,
all right. So you know what? We'll shift gears a little bit, and it's it's 2 days before Christmas and stuff. And we'd asked you to come in this morning to sing us a Christmas song. And are you prepared to sing us a Christmas song?
I am. So actually, this is one that I don't know if you guys still have it in your Christmas library, but we used to. And this is another band that were big for me, the Skydiggers.
Yes,
they were huge for me. And Andrew Cash, who was also who was kind of sort of part of the connected to that in a way. So this is a version of Good King Wenceslas that they really changed the arrangement on. And the first time I heard it, I fell in love with it. It's by far my favorite Christmas song. And you know what? This is a song about giving at Christmas. And sharing your gifts, and I think in light of what happened last night in the Kingsway, this might be very, very timely, for people to listen to and think about at this time of the season, and maybe share some of the gifts they've got too.
All right,
we'll give it a go. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, while the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel. When a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Hear the page and stand by me, if thou knowst it telling. Yonder peasant, who is he? Where and what his dwelling? Sire, he lives a good league hence, underneath the mountain, flat against the forest fence, by St. Agnes' fountain. Bring me flesh and bring me wine, bring me pine logs hither. Thou and I will see him dine, when we bear them thither. Page and monarch, forth they went together, through the rude wind's wild lament, and the bitter weather. Sigh, the night is darker now, and the wind grows stronger. It fills my heart, I know not how. I can go no longer. Mark my footsteps, my good page, tread thou in them boldly. You will find the winter's rage freeze thy blood less coldly. In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay dinted. Heat was in the very sod that the saint had printed. Therefore, women and men, be sure, wealth or rank possessing, ye who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing.
That was awesome.
Thanks,
Wow.
man.
That just, man, there's a little thing going on right here.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Yeah, that song
look,
gets me every
seriously,
time.
look, I got goosebumps.
Well, thanks. Yeah,
That's
me too.
well done.
That song is.
Yeah.
That's, anyway, that's
I know
Christmas
it's your
for me
favorite.
right there.
Live Through This is your CD. Like, where can people buy it if they want it?
They can get it at Records on Wheels. They can get it at Cosmic Dave's Vinyl if they want to go down to, pick up a hard copy. Actually, they've got them at Ramakko's Tackle World, too.
Oh, good.
Where my dad, Guy, who sang on the record as well, which was really cool, also works the gun counter. So if you want a CD and a gun, you can pick that up. I know it sounds
Only
like
in
a
the
weird...
Barrette. Geez, your Kapuskasing is starting to come out.
Yes, I know. You can also get them online. I'll happily mail one to you. You can PayPal or credit card, whatever. That's www.SeanBarrette, like the thing in your hair, 2 T's and an E on the end, .ca. And you can visit me on Facebook. I've got a page there called Sean Barrette Music and Words, and you can get it online. iTunes, CD Baby, you can grab it right there. You go to that page on the left, there's a thing called Music Store. You can listen to the songs, pick which ones you want, or grab all 14. It's 14 songs for $15. It's like $1 a song, man. So
that's pretty cool.
Hard
You know
to
what,
beat.
Sean? You've had a great year, and you know what? Deserve all the happiness over the holiday season. To you and your family, Merry Christmas.
Thanks, man. Same to you, Terry.